Hello and welcome to another edition of the Thursday Throwdown. Excited to be here. A lot of crazy shit going on. As promised, we have a couple special guests today, but the one you've been waiting for and another one to follow. Let's get it going right off the jump. The O-Dog is in the building, everybody, and he's got his 239 t-shirt on. In case you can't see what it says welcome to the island. Stop moving. Hashtag I am the O-Dog. He's watching Elmo. He's got his bank, the future right D of 239. Check out the shirt. Welcome to the island, bitches. We teach them early. So, anyways, it's bedtime for this guy. Say bye. Wave. All right, I'll just go fuck myself. All right, see you, buddy. All right, cool. And here we are. Another edition of Thursday Throwdown, as I said. Yeah, man. Me and my wife, like, last minute, I'm like, we got to do something. And so we threw together the shirt. He's pissed as always. The basement. Who wouldn't? Anyways, let's get going with this. Around the horn, as always, my number 2, Pale Poner. How you doing?
What's going on, 239 Hockey? How y'all doing today? Got a lot on the schedule tonight. We got another special guest over here. We got a lot to talk about. There's a big trade. Let's move right along. How about Agent 007? How you?
I am good. After being gone for a week here, it's nice to be back. Missed the boys. Missed talk a little shit about the team. It's always a little fun. So, moving on to our next guest here, or I should say host now. Sorry about that. Ability.
Yo, what's going on, boys and girls? I hope that you're all having a great day, a great evening. This is going to be something special. I don't think anyone's ever gotten Rule 1 on the show before, but I'm looking forward to it. So, on to our guest. Take it away, bro.
Well, we got Shock. Mr. Shock Daddy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Had a little bit of technical difficulty before it, but we're good to go now.
Well, it's funny because he's like, oh, I've got this like $1 million computer. And he's like, I can't get into the show. And I'm like, wait a minute. What do you mean you can't get into the show? So perfect. It worked out great. Shock, we're happy to be here. A couple weeks coming, man. I'm like completely zone out and I don't look at my phone, and he's been trying to get on. So now I'm happy that we were able to get him on the show. So very, very cool. Guys, we are going to waste no time whatsoever. I popped into the chat earlier today at work, and holy shit, did I see some absolute rage. Ability was freaking out. People were freaking out, and I had to ask why. A big group of trades transpired. We originally had a whole show set up, and we are no longer going to be doing that. We are going to be leading into the show with this trade. McGill Tomahawk for Blue Liner, and then faster than you could say shit on a stick, he flips Tomahawk flips Blue and Rev Hellcat to Gunny for DC Desired Customs and Legion. Usually I go to Pale first, and it's just something that I've done. It's become a custom on the show. Not today. I'm going to Ability. Ability. What do you think about the trade?
Well, I don't know where to start with this one. You know, I understand what you were saying, Daly. You felt that this was a fair trade, right? A fair trade. That's the word I heard you use. And I don't want to disagree with it. Maybe it's a fair trade, but it wasn't a legit trade. It wasn't an honest trade. It was something that I'm scratching my head about. And I'll give you my rundown on this, okay? Tomahawk said that he didn't see the SO show. He didn't see the elitists. He didn't hear Rev Hellcat make her comments. Well, I believe that her comments about, you know, hey, I'd play with McSwagger if it led me to a championship. I just want to win. I think we made reference to that on one of our shows, and I think I've seen it in the forums a couple times. So if you bypass all that and you give him the benefit of the doubt, then I've got nothing bad to say about you, Tomahawk. But if by chance that's not 100% truthful and you happen to have heard it somewhere through the grapevine that Hellcat wanted to be on a winning team, and you intentionally traded her to the last place team, then I have beef with that. And that's where my anger was coming from, because I thought it was league-wide, that she had made those comments and almost a request. And I talked to Hellcat, and she told me that even when she requested the trade, it was done with the most sincere, nicest way she could go about it, just requesting a trade. And so when this went down today, I immediately jumped out of my chair at work. I kind of lost my head for a little bit. I thought about smoking a cigarette, which I haven't done in a long time. This is all for just the mercy of it all. I felt that she earned it. She's earned it. She's put in some time. She's tolerated all these guys for so long. And then to see that happen to her, I was a little let down. But a fair trade. I don't know. For the other players involved and for Gunny, it was a fair trade. But I don't know if I agree with the way it went down. Pale, what do you think about this?
So, I mean, like, yeah, it was a fair trade. Like, the trade worked out for all the captains involved. McGilla got an upgrade where he thought he needed an upgrade. Gunny got a goalie, which he didn't have. He needed a goalie. What's it called? Tomahawk picked up a center. He thought he needed a center. He wanted a better center, and that's what he ended up getting. I don't know if you can say that it's a fair trade to the players involved. That's not what these captains are going out trying to do. Everybody's going out trying to improve their team. So McGilla thinks he improved his team. Tomahawk thinks he improved his team. Gunny thinks he improved his team. That's what all the captains are out there trying to do. And that's the only fair trade that there needs to be. Agent, what do you think?
I guess the way you put it's about my thoughts on it. I don't know. I have personal opinions on it that I'll keep to myself because I want to keep it half kosher here.
Whoa. No.
Come on, Dad.
That's not why we're here. I want to hear what you have to say, baby. Give it out.
I don't know what Tomahawk's doing. I personally do not. The dude is nice when I played with him. I enjoyed playing with him, but I don't know what the fuck he's doing, man. It makes no sense to me. That's the most blunt and simple way I can put it. And I'm going to leave it at that. I don't agree with what he did or his move. Good for Gunny. That's all I got to say for it.
Well, I'll send it to Shock. Shock, first time on the show. This is kind of a big deal. What do you think of the trade? If you're a kid, not just what you think of the trade, but how does this affect the rest of the season?
I think it definitely changes all the teams that were involved in the trade in one way more than another. At the same time, well, I'm not comfortable with the trades that happened. It's still early in the season. So who knows, maybe these players who some might see as a downgrade, maybe they're going to come out shining just from unknown chemistry with another player that they've never played with before.
And again, okay, I'm gonna get my 2 cents on the trade now. I've kind of kept quiet, and usually I'm the first one to say something because I talk a lot and I have problems. I think that Desired Customs were in this trade. So I think Tomahawk got the best player. I think Gunny got the better overall deal. Does that make sense? I think I think that the best player in this deal is Tomahawk, and this isn't a shot at Kayla. This isn't a shot at Blue. I just think that DC Desire Customs is the best player in this trade. Again, now you're looking at the D pair. It's going to be Legion back there with Gage. Is that right? Gage and Legion are going to be on defense, it appears. And then you got DC playing center, Mac North on the left wing, and then you got Figo and Wizzy War trading off. I really hate that lineup. Sorry, I really don't. It's not the greatest, but there's something to build off of there, and that's a 2-win team, and 8 out of 12 are making it, so I don't necessarily hate it. Next, you have Edge. Hollywood Bob now gets to slide up and play forward. You also have the flexibility to use Rev Hellcat at forward. She did attract on the top 3 center in the league thing, but still solid nonetheless. You got Viper. And then you probably see Rev and I can't even read my own writing. Gunny on D with Blue Liner. I think the trade benefits both teams, and that's why I said it was fair. I think that DC is the best player in the deal, and I think that the better overall package ended up going to Gunny. And that's great. And that's kind of how I look at the trade. And that's why I wasn't too crazy up in arms. And that's maybe why I wasn't saying anything right off the jump. But I do want to touch on one thing. And it's this requesting trades. Okay. Now, for as far and as long as I can remember, requesting trades was something that we don't really do here. We all want to win. We all want to win. I want to win. Jock wants to win. Agent wants to. We all want to win. And we all want to win now. With that being said, respectful or not, requesting trades is something that's kind of always been frowned upon here. Not frowned upon, but just not something. It's like an unwritten rule, I guess. Like there's no rule against it, but it's kind of like one of those unwritten rules. You know, I know Kayla asked for a trade. I know she was respectful about it. She always is, even when she's talking about sucking cocks and all that crazy shit that she does. She's always respectful. Dominator Silva went a different route in requesting his trades before one game was even played. But again, the requesting of the trades is just something that, you know, like I said, that we had talked about. You know, I just don't think it should be a thing. The seasons are short. It's quick. You know, we're already a third of the way through the season for some teams. 9 games have been played. My opinion. I'm going to send it to Agent. Agent, what do you think about requesting a trade? You know, in a league where you have 12 teams, 8 teams make it, of course everybody wants to be on one of the 8 teams. But what do you think about requesting trades?
Are we hitting on a personal player asking for themselves to be traded?
No, I'm just in general. I'm not listening. I mean, I'm here to stir the pot.
You're good at it. Yeah.
That's what I've been told. But I'm just saying in general, what do you think about requesting trades?
I don't know. It is what it is to a point. I think there's also a point to saying multiple people that you know play well together can come to a captain and say, hey, we don't play well together with this player. Why the fuck's he here? Why is he still here? You know, like the short seasons are short. We preach it over and over and over and over. Make a fucking move, you know? It's pretty obvious at times, even if you might even be getting a possible downgrade, if you know it's somebody that will play well with your team, or plays well with a specific player, why not do it? I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean,
I want to send it. I want to send it to Shock. What do you feel? I mean, you've captained. You're an OG here, man. You've pretty much captained. You have captained every season. Not pretty much. You have. What do you think about requesting trades? What is that like for a captain when a player comes to you and basically says, "I don't want to play here"?
It honestly, at first, it kind of throws the captain off, because you think you're starting to build chemistry, and that all of a sudden this one player, especially if they're one of your top players, says, "You know what? I don't want to play here." And if you kind of get put into a spot where, you know, if you don't go through with the trade, they're not going to be into it. They're not going to try their best. And then it almost forces you to do the trade. I understand requesting a trade, but the players have to understand a request is a request. If it can't happen, then it won't happen.
And that's a great point. And Shock touched on this is a great point. The deal has to make sense. You have to have the right players involved. And now you're talking about Rev Hellcat, who's taken in the second round. And you have Tom Hawk saying, okay, guys, Rev's out there. This is what I'm telling you. He's not just going to give Rev Hellcat away. It's got to make sense for him. So he can't just give it away for a bag of pucks. Like, you got to get value. So again, that is something that players have to realize. You have Dominator Silva, who's openly been requesting a trade since week before game 1 even played. Guy's a first-round pick. You have to get the same value in return. So Pale, when these players are requesting trades and don't necessarily understand the other side of it, like, you have to understand, I have to get value if I'm going to trade you.
Yeah, like, you do have to get value. Honestly, I think if I'm in this situation and I ever find myself having to deal with a player that really just doesn't want to play from chemistry with my team, they don't want to be there. At a certain point, I got to put a deadline on it myself, because I don't want to have a team that's toxic. I don't want to have a team that has somebody that just doesn't want to be there on my team. At a certain point, I'm gonna take offers and I'm gonna evaluate the offers and see what I can do with those. But I think if there's a certain atmosphere around it, and it's well known, then that person, they just got to get off my team as soon as possible. Now, there is another way to go about it. You come to me personally and you say, hey, I'd like to be moved. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. I do want to be moved though, and maybe the whole team doesn't know it, and there's no issues from that point on, then it's beneficial to me as a captain because nobody really knows that that's what's going on. I can try and get the most value out of you because as soon as I want to be traded offer or trade request comes in, nobody's going to offer you full value for that player because they know that you have to get them off your team. And if it's going to make my team worse, then I'm not too inclined to do that. But like I said, at a certain point, if there's just somebody that's on my team that does not want to be there, I'm going to jettison them pretty quickly.
Well, and this brings up a really good point and ability. You kind of touched on this, like, oh, everybody heard the Elitist show. Everybody heard Kayla vocally say how she, after a couple cocktails, how she, wanted to win now and the whole bit. So I think the offers coming through were probably lower. They were lower end knowing that. But I see where you're coming from, ability, because you kind of were saying, like a spite move almost, right? Like, oh, let's trade her to the worst team. Well, so here's the way I look at it, though, and this is not a shot at anyone. You're going from a 2-4 team to an 0-7-2 team. Now, hear me out. I know that there's a series in hand, but I don't think it's like you're going from like what Sober did to Odd Guy in season 2 when the team was 22-2 and he traded them to the last place fucking team at the deadline. Hashtag Odd Guy, I love you. I will never, ever do that to you. That all of a sudden is a different story. But again, the trade, I'm just looking at any of the emo surrounding it, even though it is tough to avoid that. But with that being said, I thought the trade was fair. So that's where I'm at. Ability seems on the other way. Agent kind of agrees with me. Pale's there, Shock's there, we're all there. But again, with that being said, as far as requesting trades, listen, I've never had anybody request to be off my team, ever. So I haven't ran into this, so I can't speak on it, how it would be. But I can't imagine it's easy for a captain, especially when it's verbally known in the public that this player doesn't want to play for you. You cause a lot of drama. I know people who have actually passed on Rev Hellcat because of that. I will not name names. I will not name captains, but because of the drama and because of everything that's happened, they actually passed. And I think Yambag made that point earlier. But again, Rev is awesome. Listen, awesome person. Domineer Silva, awesome person. Literally, I love them both. I with them and talk to them all the time. I personally wouldn't do it, and that's just me. So, with that being said, that's the trade, man. I mean, there have been so many controversial trades this year, from Joe Stowe for Mac North to this whole fucking thing to DJ going in round 3 and then getting benched. I mean, this has been a crazy season 4 thus far. And I don't know what to do. I mean, this is just crazy. So with that being said, I'm going to leave that alone unless any of you guys have anything that you would like to add on the trade. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Got it.
I'm not getting ruled one over it, but Rev, I want you to know that I had your back throughout this. I think regardless of what was said, there's a little undertone of unspoken something. I called it maybe a touch of spite, but it was something. But girl, I'm rooting for you. And I hope that no matter what team you finish on this season, I hope you take that team to the top. And if it doesn't happen this season, then Ability might captain next season and we'll make that shit happen.
I was going to say something. And I don't know if I should. I'm going to do it. Okay, fuck
Thank you.
I'm going to do it. So Kayla said something on the Sober Elitist that had me not the center thing. It was something else. Something else that I took notice to. And she said, I've played in these leagues since 2009. I've been to 2 playoff series. 2. And I know Kayla has pretty much never missed a season in some sort of league. She's always been playing. 2 playoff series. Dominator Silva says he had 3 bad seasons in a row between this league and another. Looking to be on a winning team. At some point, I say you have to look yourself in the mirror, stop blaming other people, and ask yourself, why has my team sucked for 3 seasons? Why have I only made the playoffs twice? Yes, captain involvement has something to do with it. I pose the challenge. Make a difference. Kayla's going to an 0-7-2 team. Make a difference. Be the game changer there. Dominator Silva's on a team that's 1-5. Be the difference. Make that team better. That's what you're there to do. So
I don't know where his definition of bad season comes from when he was in playoffs last season.
He made the playoffs last year. They won it in season 2. Dom knows I love him, but make the team better. Don't get 0 points for odd guy. Hashtag odd guy. Hashtag he got traded.
There was a comment earlier on YouTube. Since we're talking about it, might as well hit on it.
Okay.
Find it here. Opinions on how much tension there is between Yam and Dom.
I'll start because I know Yambag and I've worked with the guy for fucking years. Yambag is, dude, he is a ball buster. And Yambag will not back down. Yambag does not take shit. And Yambag doesn't give a fuck who you are, where you come from, or what you've done. He does not. He does not care. I've been trying to get Yambag on my good side for years. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't work that way. I say something stupid, you're dumb. That's how it is. So with that being said, Dom's going down with that ship, so he might as well make it better. Dom's not getting traded. So Dom, if you're listening, make it better.
He's listening.
He is. Of course he is. I know he is. He loves the show. He loves the show. If you're listening, make it better. That's all I can say. I mean, and again, we're not going to touch on this trade anymore. We're done with the trades. We got to start breaking down series. But make your team better. Make your team better. Shea Weber makes his team better. Solani made his team better. Ovechkin takes his team to the playoffs, but never wins it. But he makes his team better in the regular season. So, again, I pose that challenge. Make your team better. That's it. I'm done. Okay. Anyways, moving along. We are going to break down some of this series. Man, you know what makes me mad? When I do a prediction write-up with 5 fucking series in it and only 2 of them play. Let's talk about that for a minute. Hugh Laurie, never again on a holiday weekend. We warned you. We told you. We'll all go fuck ourselves. Thank you very much, Miss Lippy. So, but with that said, I'm going to pull it up really quick. I'm going to start with this. Agent, are there any teams in the standings right now that you are surprised where they're at? I know there's only been a couple games. And is there any team that you think is still trying to find themselves?
I don't know how Boys Plays Boys is so good right now.
What?
That's a joke. I just had to rip you a little bit here. No, honestly, I feel like everybody's kind of where they're supposed to be. I'm just trying to look right now, trying to make sense of games played. People have more games played and got points. I did not see Jaeger Bombs to be first, but they're doing well. I wouldn't say they're first because there's games missing from the second, third, and fourth teams. But they're obviously doing better than I thought they would. And I'm just going to pull up their stats. I don't know who's doing well on their team or what.
Well, I'll tell you what. I played the Jaeger Bombs, and I think that's a good starting point for the show while I pull up all the standing or the results.
Oh, of course. We're just carrying the team there.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, man. So we played them the other night. B. Cripps is everything that they say he is. He's an absolute stallion. He stole game 2 from them. It really could have been a shit show, and he was awesome. They're doing hella things. Shock, I'm super, super excited about his team as well. I saw a lot of Yambag coning last night, which is always fantastic. I was literally at work today and saw a Shock dangle literally all 5 players, including Yambag, twice, not once, twice in the same clip. Get bent, Yambag. Get bent. So that was fantastic. I love what they're doing. Now, I still don't know about Clancy. I still don't know about Ozzy, but what looks good in net. Drug Monkey's a fucking stallion on right D, and Shock is transitioning very, very well on left D. So this team has a ton of potential. I don't know if AC's gotten into the mix yet, but that's another piece that we haven't talked about. He'll fit in well with that lineup. He doesn't have to be the top guy. It seems like Clancy and Ozzy kind of have that natural chemistry. I'm loving that team. Pale, what do you think about our guest, his team, the Wolfpack HC? Pale's on delay today.
Yeah, I mean, I got to play Wolfpack the first week of the season. That's still our only series that we've played so far. And, yeah, I am. But, yeah, like, they did awesome. I was really impressed with their puck moving skills. You know, they just had they had that obviously chemistry, and I really enjoyed watching them play. They were tenacious on the puck. They were heavy on the forecheck, and they were really moving the puck around well. Shocked to see Shock on D, but I think that's going to work out. Him and Drug Monkey were rock solid back there. Thomps looks good in net. Listen, Wolfpack HC is the real deal. They're going to be a playoff team, and I think they're going to do really well. Ability, what do you think about Wolfpack? You got any?
Well, I think that any team that has Drug Monkey on it is probably already a playoff team, so you've got that going for you. That guy single-handedly can just remove half the ice from an offense. The rest of these guys, Nick the Greek, I know that he plays a lot with Drug, so there's chemistry right there. Thomps is playing fantastic for you guys in net, too. I mean, I'm staring at it. He's got a .821 save percentage. He's only allowing just over, just over 2 goals a game. But, I mean, that's fantastic. If you're only giving up 2 or right around there, you're probably winning a lot of games. Clancy's throwing up a ton of assists for you guys already, and that's fantastic. I mean, I'm looking at 7 assists through 4 games. I think he had 6 through the first 3. And I know that that's not 100% updated yet, but the squad's looking good, man. This team is heading to the playoffs, folks.
Yeah, and, again, I heard something interesting that Shock actually is channeling his inner Daly on defense. I saw it. In the clips. He was dangle dicking everybody, man. I'm sure playing with Drug Monkey, Drug, like I said on the last show, is probably the best of the stay-home D. He can't carry. He's not like derp when it comes to that, but he really focuses on the defensive aspect of the game. That allows a player like Shock to really use his offensive prowess and use the skill set that we know he has as a forward who's now playing D. It adds another forward in the mix. Are you enjoying what your team's doing so far, man?
I am really enjoying it. Everyone seemed to click right away. And I'll admit, we did play a lot of club leading up to the beginning of the season just to make sure that we would be good to go on game day. And I'm not sure if you knew, Daly, or anyone else knew, but 239 is really the only league I play forward in.
I did not know that.
And in other leagues, I spent the previous season in the CHL at lefty and this season at righty in the AHL.
Okay, so now you got that. The guy captains every year, so we wouldn't know that. But no, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go. There's your scouting report. He's a freaking D-man. But he's got a nice offensive skill set to boot. And again, playing with Drug, there's a lot of familiarity up there. Guys filling ice, different things like that. That's huge.
Drug definitely gives me the ability to jump up a lot more because I know he's going to be back to cover. And our team, all 3 forwards are very good at cycling back as well and covering. So we always have 2 men back.
That's perfect. He literally went with the Pale Poner draft strategy. I want to be the first to say something, though, and I don't get enough credit for this. Jello time was all guys that I brought in. Nobody said nothing. Nobody said nothing about Jello time because we didn't fucking win. We didn't win. That's why. We sucked. We lost. Fucking Kristoff. Fuck Kristoff, man. All right, I'm good. Christ. All right, I'm done. And that's all because I was visiting Esoteric. Nobody talks about that. It was like, oh, Daly doesn't show up for big fucking games. Fuck you, Eso. Fuck you. All right, I'm done. This is why this show will never be rated so that Dunn's 4-year-old can never watch this show. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, so So Wolfpack, their last series ended up taking 2 out of 3 from Church of Yam. I saw Church of Yam. Nothing really crazy. They had a rough start. Wolfpack handled them 2 out of 3 games, so that's awesome. I'm going to move on to the next series here. We got the Old Dad Specials, led by Dank, versus the Raw Doggers, who obviously have been going through some growing pains over there. The team concept, the team roster is completely fucking different now. But ODS, thank you, Dank, for listening to this show, because we told you that Pogs was a center. You went out and made a trade, got yourself a D-man, and now you have a legit center. So thank you for listening to the show. I'm sure Pogs appreciates it as well. What do you think right now, Agent? You got ODS, the Old Dad Specials. You got Dank, Pogs, and Sober up front. Is that a forward line that kind of scares you moving forward? You're on mute.
I was pulling up their team as I was speaking, damn it. No, actually, I think because Dank played with the old Martin brothers last season, right?
Correct. Yeah, he was with them.
Boy, did that fucking help him. Holy smokes, dude. Learning from 2 of the, honestly, 2 first-round picks can be first-round picks any season. I think helped him a ton. That is one thing I think helped him a lot. And he's got a solid goalie in that, too, is helping his team. Plenty. We talk about him being the best. We talk about others being the best. And, I mean, he's always up there. He's in the conversation for being a great goalie. And he's done a great job so far this season. His forward line, I don't know. I don't know if it necessarily scares me, but they obviously have been playing really well. That kind of hard to deny it, you know. Looks like Dank and Pogs have some chemistry that they've come together with to put some goals in net too. So, you know, I think they have a really solid team put together. What are your thoughts on an ability?
I think you kind of touched it. Pogs and Dank must have come up with something, because the numbers are starting to rise. I see Pogs sitting over here, 7 goals, 7 assists through 6 games. Dank's got 5 goals, 11 assists. And it looks like Sober's just kind of hanging out in the wings, picking it up where he can, but he's contributing too. He's got 4 and 5 goals, assists. So that's something special. And Flanny too, .840 save percentage, 2.37 goals allowed. That's looking good. That's looking right up there with the best of them. This squad right here, definitely playoff bound.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree as well. I gotta get Dank some pictures for me from like my old days. Like I gotta give him some more material. If I have to keep staring at the same fucking picture, like when he wins, I'm gonna go insane. So I gotta give him some new shit. So
I think he'd be smart to keep that picture now that he knows you hate it. So
well, I mean, it's whatever. I don't give a fuck. I put myself out here every week. You guys know what my ugly ass looks like every week. So I don't care. But you know, I get him some new material or something. So he's got, you know, whatever. But oh Jesus. But with that being said, man, shout out to Dan, a little emo bit the first time. Sober's gonna get his, man. I'm not worried about that. I still think there are playoff teams. That's a big series they had to sweep against a struggling team. So I think that was a no-doubter. Moving to the next series, man, we got boys, my team, versus the Jaeger Bombs. I'm not going to talk on my series. I'll send it over to Shock. Shock, what do you think about the matchup with boys, and the Jaeger Bombs?
Looking at it on paper, I honestly thought your team was going to take it, Daly.
Well, wait a minute. We won the series, but
but I thought you were going to sweep. I honestly, no offense to Dunn, he's been on my team the last 2 seasons, and if he was, and I won't lie, if he wasn't captaining, I would have grabbed him again. But I do definitely see him and Luca working well together. But as I'm looking at their stats, I was really surprised to see that Luca seems to be doing most of the work on the offensive end.
Yeah, well, no, you're right. And here's the thing. He benched Sniper, which I went into that series expecting Sniper to play all 3. Sniper was not in game 1. We dog walked him 8-2. All of a sudden, they win 2-1, lose 3-0. So defensively, the team is better with Sniper in the lineup. I don't know if that's something that you guys took notice to, but being in the series, that was something I noticed. But sorry, Shaq, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, we're cutting you off. We gotta give old Rob a bon voyage here.
Which one? Which Rob? Esoteric?
Dale.
gonna be peace.
Oh, Pale. What? Oh, Pale's got to go.
Yeah.
Well, he's
He's tired
delayed
of listening
anyway.
to some's leg, so.
Oh, I know. That's fine. Oh, and by the way, do you know what he says to me today? He pulled the old fucking yam bag on me. Listen to this, boys. So he hits me in chat today. He goes, "Hey, Dales, man, I got to get out of here at 9:30. I got to go practice for my fucking series." And I said, "You know, the last person who left the show early to practice fucking scored 3 goals in the whole series. 3. So, Pale, go practice with your team. I'm sorry about your lag, but holy fuck, I hope it doesn't go as bad for you as it bad for fucking yam bag." We'll give him a minute.
Listen, we're gonna take these boys down, man. We're gonna have a good showing tonight. Vanilla Nut Taps, we're coming for you. Esoteric, let's go.
Oh my God! So Pale is calling it out, man. That sounds like a dub prediction to me. We're gonna get to that series in a bit here. But Ability, you want to touch on the boys versus Jaeger Bombs? I know you watched that series, man. What did you see?
Man, I saw a little bit of everything. On one hand, it was beautiful watching these boys doing their thing. I mean, a 7-2 victory, and it wasn't just kind of like, oh, hey, walk in the park type victory. It was more like a crunch you up against the wall. Oh, is that your puck? No, it's my puck. Slap shot, boom, in the net. It was brutal. That first game, I think that was the first game. That was brutal. But then, I mean, it flipped around, and I got to see what I consider to be like an angelic choir. I mean, just something beautiful on the clouds. You're eating chocolate-covered strawberries, sipping champagne, and B-Crip shuts you out. What? What happened there? I mean, it's pretty good, but I got to say, after that shutout, I was scared after your guys' first series, that sweep you had. I am no longer scared. These boys can be gotten 2-2-2.
We're human. But you know what I like, and you bring up a good, I'll tell you honestly, every time I do write-ups, I never give fucking due to the other team. Ever. Never, ever, ever. I will shit on you all day because I've had write-ups with fucking my face in the form of a penis going into my own freaking mouth, okay? So I never, ever ease up on anybody in a write-up because I know when I lose, it's coming hard. With that, I had to give B. Cripps his due, man. He had 5 or 6 amazing saves. Not good saves. Amazing saves. That game could have been 6-2. Anybody watching knows it could have been 6-2, but it wasn't. It was 2-0. And so shout out to him. He's going to get his due again. Game 3, man, we shut it down. I love about this team. Every single guy in that drive, nobody got nervous, man. Nobody got nervous. I put a lot of pressure on my guys inadvertently. Why? Because I talk a lot of shit. But with that being said, they rose to the occasion. We had a great series, and I was pumped. I love my guys. Shout out to all my fucking boys. I wish I had exclamation points, but WordPress is AIDS. So with that being said, we are going to move on to the next and final series from last week, Black Sails versus Strictly Business. Adrian, I'm going to send it over to you, man. Black Sails there, Hugh Laurie team. The Golden Cock himself is not even here. He's on vacay somewhere, drinking the drinks with the little umbrellas in them and finger banging his ass. What do you think about the Black Sails?
I like the team, man. He's got a dangerous forward line. Picks up NCR super late because of his availability, and he's made the first 2 series. So looks like that was a super pickup. I mean, he's got a fucking awesome team, man, for real. It's not a surprise to me. I think they're going to do really well this season. Between D-Mart and Joe and even Soup. And Soup's got to fill in. He's going to be just fine. He's going to pick it up where he needs to. So I would not be worried about them making playoffs. I think they're a top team in the league. What about yourself, Shock?
Oh, you're on mute. Oh, he pulled an agent. By the way, that is what that will be called from now on. If you were on mute and you do not come on, you just pulled an agent. Shock, welcome.
Okay. So, as I was trying to say, was that the Black Sails is one of those teams with myself from a captain's standpoint of view is I'm actually really excited to play them because I feel that is going to be a good test of my lineup. I know that they're a good team. I know that from the draft, I knew that they were going to be solid right away and that they're going to have that high offensive capability. And I think they're definitely a team that every team has to watch out for. You have to be solid defensively against them. I personally, from my point of view, I wouldn't focus on offense against them until I knew my zone was secure. I knew that we were good to go.
You're going to have Danny Martin in that series.
I know. I've played D and forward and goalie against him.
He is the squirmiest little fucker that you will ever play against and win him. So God damn it.
I'm going to be lined up against him. So,
but you know what, Shock? Now knowing that you play defense,
yeah,
matchup problem. But no, I think you're going to handle it.
When I say I can play anywhere, I can play anywhere.
That's good. Although I'll tell you what, last year he says to me, "Hey Daly, I'm playing goalie." I'm like, "Oh, okay, you sure about that?" And then after like 2 series, like, "Hey Daly, I'm not playing goalie anymore." So that was a failed little thing. I think that was a product of the defense.
Not even that. I'll admit I've struggled adjusting to when they brought out that really shitty tuner update for goalies. I really struggled because now they've basically made it, in my opinion, where it's more automation than you actually playing.
Oh, yeah, that's what Drift King bitches about all the time. Okay. Story of my life. The last time I remember you playing goalie is really funny. You didn't think you were going to make it through a whole show, right?
No, I didn't.
The last time I remember playing goalie with you, there were some fish sticks that were getting a bit cold, and you had
it wasn't fish sticks.
What was it? Chicken?
Popcorn chicken.
Popcorn chicken. There was some popcorn chicken getting the cold, and he told me to do the Donald Trump and build.
What was that? What was that? 2010?
Oh my God, so long ago. Those are my young days, man. And he said to me, no joke,
"Your young
guys, build a wall around me. I'll be right back." I'm like, we're in a fucking league game. What do you mean build a wall around you? I got time to build a wall, man. You got to play goalie.
You missed it when I played for Hugh Laurie in my first season back here.
Oh, no.
He didn't know who I was. So Legion knew who I was. And as a joke, I made my player name Popcorn Chicken to try to get the hint off to him.
Well, here's the thing.
And he didn't. And when we went into the G chat and explained, he actually didn't believe me when I said who I was.
Well, here's the thing about Hugh Laurie. He's got a whole lot of derp and drool to him. So I'm not surprised that he didn't pick up on that. So we'll leave it at that with the Hugh Laurie bit, man. But oh my gosh. So I got some stuff that I want to talk about before we break into the last series. We got about 30 minutes left in the show. Couple things. Friday, tomorrow, Sober Elitist, man. Check it out. Those guys are doing great stuff over there, man. Sober. He just got back from an ice fishing trip, so I'm sure some ridiculous ass shit just happened. Man, we put holes in the ice and fish in the freezing cold, whatever. Esoteric does a great job keeping his drunk ass in line. I personally love it. I listen to it every Friday night. And on Sunday, we have another edition of Pass the Bleach with what I hear is going to be a very, 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 very special guest. So look forward to that. But we have a new show in the coming weeks coming up, and I'm super, super, super excited about it. I don't even think an agent know about this one, maybe briefly. But we have a new show coming out called Prime Time 239, and that will be hosted by Rob, a.k.a. Pale, a.k.a. hopefully not lagging his balls off, and Shock himself. So I'm going to kind of explain the concept of the show and what they're going to be doing. So take it away, Shock.
Okay, so what we're going to be doing with this show is we're going to be highlighting certain series throughout the week. As if you were to say to look, for example, on normal sports television, you'll see this is the big matchup, this is the game you want to watch. We're going to be doing that, but for our league. And then on top of that, we're going to be reviewing a couple series more in depth, doing matchups with players and predicting how they are going to play against each other. And we may even show a few live highlights here and there of those players just to show exactly what they're going up against.
So it's going to be like kind of like a breakdown show, which is so awesome. I don't think it's ever been done. I mean, that's what we're doing over here at 239, guys. We are changing the game. We have you got the Thursday Throwdown, which is basically like Sports Center. Then you got freaking the Sober Elitist, man. They're doing their thing. You got the Pass the Bleach, and now you got Primetime 239. What media team anywhere is giving you four shows a week? Nowhere. You're not getting that anywhere. Then you got the in-depth breakdowns on the forum. You got the constant chat better. Guys, listen, guys and girls, we are changing the game at 239. Absolutely changing it. If you're not excited about that, I don't know what you'll ever be excited about. And there's more to come. There are so many things to come. So stay tuned. Shock, I'm so happy to have you on the media team, man. It's been a long time coming. I think you and Rob, a.k.a. Pale, are going to destroy that. I know you got your fucking bajillion-dollar computer, and I think that could do some cool shit.
Yeah.
I am ready.
No more 50 frame per second streams. Going to be full 60 frames. And
boom. I love it. I don't know what all that shit means, but I fucking love it.
It's like heaven for your eyeballs.
Okay. Okay. So now I know that it's heaven for my eyeballs. I was going to say balls, but I meant, my eyeball. Good. So, guys, we got about 25 minutes left in the show. We got 2 series tonight. Shall we break those down and get into it real quick? We've got Winners Coming versus the Vanilla Nut Taps. Now, our colleague, Pale Poner, had to go practice. Talk about practice. And he had to get up out here, go get his practice on. So, you got the lineup Sabby, which was confirmed to me today. Now, listen, guys, I'm hard on Sabby. And you guys all know this. You've seen my write-ups. I'm hard on Sabby. He is determined to prove me wrong this year. And I love that, man. Like, I spew a bunch of shit out of my mouth constantly. Prove me wrong, man. And Sabby's going to. I said Sabby plays left-handed left wing. He's like, nah, man. Nah, fuck that. I'm on right wing. I said, Sabby, you're AIDS at right wing. I've seen you play right wing. You suck. And he goes, nah, man. I've been practicing. I'm ready to go. So you got Sabby on right wing. You got Brick. Looks like C-Dub's going to be playing left wing. You got Pale Poner at lefty, C-Do at righty, and you got Master Shotgun and net. That team's starting to look pretty good, but I do worry about Sabby on right wing. I got to see it a bit more. They're going up against the Vanilla Nut Taps. That's McSwagger. Inside source tells me today, I'm getting it right into my headset right now. Right now. This is what we do here at 239. Hold on. Shut up. You fucking serious? This can't be right. Okay, so I just confirmed Esoteric is going to be playing center tonight after Dicko had destroyed in Series 1. Yeah, that's been confirmed by John Lou TSN Toronto that Esoteric will be playing center tonight for the Vanilla Nut Taps in between McSwagger and Dicko. He's got Moose and Spud on D, and as always, True Therapy and Net, who is a little upset with me for my analysis earlier with the GIF. Guys, I'll tell you right now, man. I said earlier, I do like the Nut Taps in the series, but I think it's going to be a dogfight. I ultimately went with them. If you guys read my my prediction thread, which you can always see in the forums, I'm usually good about doing them every day. I'm going to send it over to you, Agent. What do you think, man? You got Winners Coming, our colleague Pale versus Esoteric's Vanilla Nut Taps. Who do you like, man?
I agree with you. I think Vanilla Nut Taps take the series. I don't think it's going to be a sweep, though. You were talking about Savvy. What side or what position did he play that first series of the?
He played left wing, which is his natural. He's one of the very few that plays left wing left-handed.
I would say because he just looking at stats, and I'm pulling an ability here. He had 4 goals, 3 assists, and 7 points in the 3 games, which is awesome. I mean, that's a good series, and if he continues that, but like you said, he's switching positions. He's not playing his natural position, so he's gonna have to prove some people wrong to make that happen. But I do think the Nut Taps do take it. I just think they have the better offense, the better all-around team, to be honest. Chu's been playing really well in net, and all around that team just looks solid. How about yourself, Ability? What are your thoughts on this series?
I think that this is actually going to be a really good series. It probably is going to be a really good series to watch. These two teams, depending on, I think both of them have been practicing in the last week. I know for a fact that SO, McSwagger, and Dicko have something in store. I know these guys have been putting in a little bit of work. I don't think they played how they wanted to play against my team in our first series. They could come out tonight and put on a show. That wouldn't surprise me. It also wouldn't surprise me to see, because of how evenly balanced these two teams are, that this could be a real dogfight from start to finish. I think the goaltending is about even between the two teams. You got Chu and Shotgun, both these guys putting up almost identical numbers in net. I think Shotgun's just edging him by a touch, but it's not even worth talking about. It's going to be a good series, this one. I don't even know if I could predict a winner, but since everyone seems to be on the Nut Taps nuts, I'm going to take Winner is Coming. And that's not even because I want Pale to win, because I don't necessarily want Pale to win, but I'm going to take his team anyway.
Nobody wants Pale to win any game.
Oh, man. Agent is still so bitter from season 3. That's me doing the bit. Sorry, that is so not appropriate. Shock, what do you think about winners coming versus the Nut Tabs tonight?
I personally haven't played the Nut Taps yet, but as Pale said earlier, our first series of the season, we did play him. And I think, honestly, if Master Shotgun plays the way he did in our series, they're going to take it no problem. He's one of those goalies that can steal the show.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
We outshot them every game by at least 8 to 9 shots, and mainly them being cross creases. So Pale does need to tighten up his defense. Shotgun has that ability to go and make those saves when he needs to. He stoned Ozzy, Nick, and Clancy so many times that we were in the middle of the series. We just drop our controllers on some of the saves and just start clapping because we didn't know what to do.
Pale, gotta tighten up your defense.
I'm glad you mentioned the cross creases though, because looking at that shot category can sometimes be incorrect on how a series went.
Well, he just said they were cross creases.
Yeah, he covered it. I'm just saying, look at that shot and say, hey, wow, we outshot him by 12 fucking shots. Cool, you can take blue line slappers. Awesome, you know.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
No, they were solid chances.
I watched True Therapy throw up a shutout on my team, and he made some spectacular saves too. It was, I don't know, man. It's a toss-up. This one might be worth watching.
I think it's going to be a goaltending.
Well, I'll tell you this: True Therapy always streams because he's a little bitch. And no, I'm just kidding. I love him, but he always streams. So you can always check him out: twitch.tv/True Therapy. Give him a follow, man. He's always streaming. If it's not NHL, it's some crazy ass shit. I don't know what he plays, where they run around and fucking kill each other and like So it's something like that. Whatever.
Last year from the chat before you get too far here, the man, the myth, the legend. Whether it's true or not, sounds like the Marine Mike is playing game 1 for the winner is coming. So there's a win right there, game 1.
I wonder who. Yeah, he is, man. He's a playoff legend.
Big game king.
I don't know who's missing from Pale's team. Hopefully not Brick. But yeah, no, that's okay then. Well, at least they got a decent waiver. Marine Mike's a good guy, good player. Series of the night. I'll reuse that name. I'm so bitter about that. I fucking hate that. And Shock, thank you for changing your name somewhat, sort of, kind of this year. I appreciate you. Versus boys. So we got the dead presidents. Cody is making. I got the new headset, so now I get updates straight into it. It comes straight here. And my little bird is telling me that, Cody will be playing tonight, making his debut just hours after he was traded. He'll be playing right there. John Monkey, out of town in Cambodia, saving some motherfucking lives because he's a doctor. He's not in town. So Joe Stowe is picking splinters out of his ass and is making his debut tonight. God damn. Joe Stowe. Stoey Jopa, left wing. You got, who am I missing? Up the middle. BCO, Biko, love him. Yo, rep Biko. And then Jofus on right wing. They're going up against the boys. I'll be honest, I don't like to give out my information. King Rome might have been missing game 1 tonight, but I got confirmation through this bad bitch that King Rome will be there for game 1 tonight. We will have our normal lineup, and it will be Daly, Rome, Thamps, myself, Odd Guy, everybody's favorite crazy fucker, and then time to get Steven and net. I'm going to send it to you, Ability, man. What do you think's going to happen tonight?
I think that the boys are about to encounter some dead presidents, and I'm not sure the reaction that they're going to have is the one they're looking for because Jofus and McGilla, and there's something going on with this team outside of just the defense aspect, which your offense is going to struggle against. But this right here, this Joey Stope is stepping up. Boy, the dead presidents are feeding the puck around like you wouldn't believe. The assist numbers are probably leading the league or at least close to it. I think you guys are in for a real treat tonight. Not the treat you're going to appreciate, but I've got ice cream sandwiches in my freezer downstairs for all of you afterwards. It's a little consolation prize. I'm taking the dead presidents in this one. I'm not going to give them the sweet, but I'm definitely going to give them the 2-1 in the series.
You know, my favorite part about you talking right there is I actually made my camera of Dale's larger just to watch his facial reactions of everything you said. It was just priceless. I get a screenshot at least 3 of them.
Oh, man.
I agree, dude. It's happening. It's coming, dude.
Oh, God.
It is coming. I agree. 100%.
Do you see what I have to deal with every week with these guys? Give me something, man. What do you think's gonna happen? what do you think's gonna happen tonight, Shock? What do you think's gonna happen, man?
I think Boys is going to take the series, but I think it's going to be 2-1. But I also believe that the Dead Presidents are going to get 3 points off of them. I believe at least one game is going to OT.
Interesting. Okay. Well, Ability loves stats, right? Is this true? Ability?
That is 100% true.
I'm gonna give you a fun fact. Now, in seasons that I captain, in the regular season, my teams are 9-0. 9-0. So I guess that's a challenge for my guys. That's a challenge for the rest of the league. I have never lost a series in the regular season ever as a captain. I have not. So I'm happy to put my 9-0 mark on the line tonight. Hashtag beat us, man. That's a challenge, and I'm sure, like I said, it's going to happen eventually. I'm not going to win them all. But Joey Stowe's picking fucking splinters out his cornhole, and he's got to step on the island, man. I don't know if you guys saw my little counterpart at the beginning of the show, but it said something very important on his shirt. It said, "Welcome to the island." Hashtag I am the O-Dog. And we're ready to go, man. I hope Joe Stowe's ready to go. I'm always ready to go. But Cousins are a good team. I like what they're doing. I think that Joe Stowe in the lineup is going to hurt them, and I'm going to tell you why. They were clicking so well in that first series, even playing a lesser opponent. They definitely were the better team. With that said, man, John Monkey, Joe Fist, BCO, they had some fucking crazy chemistry. Now you throw a guy in there who likes to work with the puck, who does not play well without the puck. And Joe Stowe, I love you, buddy, but he does not play well without the puck. He's got it. He likes to have it. He did okay last year with the boys, but I've seen it. I'm going to be on him. He's going to have nowhere to go. So that's where I'm at. And I don't practice, so I'm just jumping on, and we're playing some freaking games tonight. But you know what, man? I like it. My two counterparts are against me. Shock, our guest on the show, is coming with me. He's going to hop in the truck there, hop in. We're going to do the thing, and I'm ready to go, man. So it's going to be exciting games tonight. Oh, go on.
I do want to say one thing about this series. Looking at the stats, both teams will have to be very careful if they take a penalty, because both teams are very dangerous on the power play. Boys is currently 30% on the power play.
Oh,
but the Dead Presidents are 66.7% on the power play.
Holy shit!
But boys also have a 90% PK, whereas the Dead Presidents only have 83%.
So the special
I think special teams is going to decide the games.
Special teams, see, and that's something, honestly, we don't get enough work on this show. So shout out to Shock, man. The special teams could be a play in this series, man. I love the matchup, man. Both teams got it going. You got Devil Drift. That's going to be the matchup. Who comes out? Drift 7 goals. Shout out to him, and he has 1 assist. He had more points than Dominator Silva for like a week, so that's unfortunate for Dom.
Now, hold on a second.
No,
I think that first off, I have to comment on this. So don't listen to what Daly said about it doesn't play well without the puck. That's just trying to get into your head before games. Also, you went on another little tidbit too. I think we played a somewhat important game the other day. There were a couple of them, and your boy in net, you were trying to prove a point to him, and I think you proved that point because Ability, even though I didn't play well at all, still came away with the important victory in that one twice. I think I took 2 out of 3 from him that night, and I just wanted to remind him before he plays this series tonight.
Yeah.
And copyright.
Yeah, and copyright. But God, that was a lot of fun the other night. And Drift King, yeah, he was talking a lot of shit that night. I had to put him in his place, but he understood. The good news is that he does show up for the big games, man. I know Esoteric's gonna have fucking loads to say. Oh, game 3 is whatever, man. Take it up with Mike Goalie. He's just whatever. So that pretty much wraps it up. We got some big series coming up tonight. I'm excited. Next week, we're going to kind of be back on track, man. This week was a little bit loopy with the 4th of July, and then we were off, and there was literally like 5 reschedules. I'm hoping by this time next week, we're going to have all the stats in order. The standings will be kind of in order. Everybody will be up to date. There are a lot of series rescheduled for the end of the year, so the standings are going to look a bit loopy. Some teams will have 12 games, some teams will have 6. But I'm hoping everything will be back in order kind of next week. So with that being said, We got about 10 minutes here, give or take. Right now, and I'm going to go to you first, Agent. Who is a team that needs to make a move? Who's a team that in order to make some noise is close but needs to make a move? Yes, I'm putting you on the spot.
Because I feel like you already know my answer, but I'm
do.
picking my own captain, dude. That's
okay. That's why I asked you.
I like Yami. I get along with him just fine, but I really do. I think that is all we need to do. It's a fucking fact. You ain't trading Dom. That's been stated about 13,000 times by you and anybody else I've heard say it. I mean, it's not happening. It's 53 seasons in a row. So you said earlier, make the fucking best of it. Do what you got to do. And being in team chat, Dom's not being negative. He's trying to do what he can and trying to offer help to Yam. And Yam kind of shuts him up right away, but that's his way of dealing with it. I mean, they got their own thing, but I do think that is something that I personally think, even as our team sits, we should be a top team, but we're not gelling. There's something that needs to be changed, and it's a short season, so change it. Do something. Whether it's me or whether it's whoever, I don't care. You know, something needs to be changed to make that team work. But there's too much talent for it to be not make the playoffs, and that's a joke. So, well,
he did go out and get drop, and it was a lefty.
I like when that drop already.
And we didn't even talk about that trade, I guess, because of all the fucking craziness that happened earlier today. Like, oh, but no offense to Hollywood Bob, I think Bob is better suited as a forward. So when Yambag told me about the trade, I said, dude, you won that trade. And he's like, no, you know, it was a fair trade. And I said, okay, but you're getting a guy who spends all of his time playing left D. You know, Bob kind of jumps around between the two. Not that he's bad on left D, but because
playing with
drops natural position.
Yeah, he's serviceable at it. That's what I'll give him.
Yeah. So with that being said, Shock, what do you think, man? We're talking about Church of Yam. They're 1-5. As the team sits, I don't think that they're. I think, man. Do you think that they're there, or do they got to make a move?
I think they need to make a move right now, but I don't honestly know where they need to make it. It's just one of those feelings as a captain that a move needs to be made. And this is also coming from playing Agent and Yam the other night. I saw some really good things. The offensive capability is there. I saw that. And you guys were raining hell on us, especially in Game 3. And I think maybe something... I think if a move needs to be made, it needs to be on the forward line, but it needs to be a forward who is really good at stepping back and helping out on defense as well.
So, you know, again, and I'm going to send it to Ability in a sec. It's tough trading right now. So basically, you have Tomahawk's team and Gunny's team. I think both those teams are set. I really don't think you're going to see either of those teams make moves the rest of the way. You might, but I don't think it's going to happen. So now it's really, really dicey. And because you're like, man, if I give this piece up and then all of a sudden that player ends up being one of the guys that gets me out of the playoffs, like it becomes really, really tough. And the trade deadline sneaks up fast. I mean, guys, we're going to be 9 games in for some teams after tonight. It's only a 33-game season. Okay, so we're talking about, it's fast. You got 3 more weeks and the season's over, give or take 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. So you got to make your moves fast. I'm just fearful that there's not going to be anything out there. I agree with Shock. I think he's got to move a Murph, maybe downgrade somewhere, upgrade somewhere else. I think that kind of makes sense. Or Dom himself, even though he said on the record that he's not going to. Yams changed his mind before for the betterment of his team. But what do you think, Ability? Is Church of Yam a playoff team as they sit, or do you think he's got to make a move?
Yeah. So his team right here. Sometimes they have there's this basketball player and his name's Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant just doesn't get it done. He's a great player, right? But he's on these teams and they just don't get it done for whatever reason. So what do? Well, it turns out you trade Kevin Durant. Now he might have a chance of getting it done, right? He might take it all the way. I think that's actually what's happening with Dom Silva. I think that he might be a Kevin Durant, but right now on this squad, he's just not getting it done. I know, truth hurts, but it's not getting it done. Point-wise even, 1 goal, 4 assists, through 6 games, that's a little uncharacteristic of a guy of that skill level. So my take here is that I think Yam, probably this is the time. You suck it up, you trade him. He wanted to trade, you trade him. I think that somebody would have been a pretty good fit on this team, but hashtag justice for Rev Hellcat. But this team right here, they have a chance to rebound, put it together, build a little bit of chemistry, which I actually had a conversation with Yam about last week. I think this team is an excellent team. I actually love this team. I don't know what the struggle is. I don't know what it is. I'll have to watch a few more games and try and get an understanding of what's going on here, because I think they got all the right pieces. It's just not being the production's not there. So I have faith in you guys, but we need more chemistry out of you. By golly, we just need a little more love.
You hit on it. You hit on it a little bit with the word struggle, and you look at it, and we lost that series against Shock. 2 of them were 1-goal games, and both those 1 goals came in the 3rd period. So, I mean, you go look and say, if those go the other way, well, shit, now your team's a winning record, and are you even bitching? You know, is it even a conversation that's being had? So it's tight. I mean, it's right there, and it's got to go with Yam's feeling, whether he really feels like he needs to make a move or not. It's completely up to him. It's his team. He does what he wants and does what he thinks is the betterment of his team.
I've been on the record as saying I could never, ever be married because he is the most stubborn human being that I have ever met in my life, and I love him, and he knows that. But he is tough. I do not think Dom Silver is going anywhere. I think Murph would be the piece that would ultimately be moved. I do believe if that ship goes down, Agent, you are going to be on that ship. Dom's going to be on that ship. So again, I think that you need an upgrade, but I think Murph's going to be the piece. Downgrade, at left wing. But God, you just got dropped. I think you got to let it play out and see. But I don't know if the team as is going to be good enough to do it, man. So we're up against the gun here. 9:56 your time, 8:56 mine. I got a series in 4 minutes, guys. I'm excited. I want to go practice. Just kidding. I don't practice. Anything you guys want to say before we go out? Ability, Shock, Agent, anything?
Hope you get shit on tonight. That's about it.
Can we talk, man? I feel so bad for Odd Guy, dude. I really do, especially because now I've bromanced him, and no, listen, hear me out. I've bromanced him, and he says to me the other day, he's like, Daly, he's like, no one wants us to do good, man. He's like, everybody wants us. That's part of the gig, man. You just gotta take it and run. And he's like, I don't know if I like that. So,
part of being on Dale's team. We fucking hate it, boys.
So yeah. So basically, guys, if you're asking Odd Guy, if you don't like the hate, don't when I draft you, be like, oh crap. But anyway,
I think Odd Guy loves it.
One thing I do want to say is for one of my players, a big shout out to AC. He was. The reason why he hasn't been playing is because he's been away because he lost a family member. So he's been out in New Brunswick. And if you haven't noticed, Clancy actually changed his jersey name to Cup for AC and changed it to AC's number.
Very cool. It's cool too because he doesn't really know AC, right? So for him to do that, not really knowing the guy, that's the kind of stuff that we want to see here. I know that every show has pretty much gave AC the shout. Man, he is AC guys. He's literally one of the ever encounter in not just this league, but any. He's just genuine nice dude. So shout out to him. I hope he's doing well. I hope his family's doing well. Obviously,
confirmed he will be back next week for my series. Though.
Perfect. So we get to see AC's revival. That'll be back. He'll be fun to watch, man, because he's going to be a nice little piece for you guys moving forward. With that said, it's 9:58. I'm an hour behind you guys because I'm awesome. So yeah, okay, same bit. So I'm going on 2 minutes. If you want to watch our stream tonight, Thamps22 is the stream. Twitch.tv/Thamps22. If you want to watch Winter is Coming versus the Vanilla Nut Taps. Twitch.tv/Truth Therapy. That's the link to do. I'm Daly. He's Agent. He's Ability. Shock, thanks for coming on the show, man. I got my Orioles hat on tonight. Feeling good. Thursday Throwdown out. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Rock on, boys.